In 2026, the math of global cinema holds a massive anomaly. Take a baseline budget of $350 million. In what hemisphere, that capital yields a very specific, highly restricted output. Spend that money in Los Angeles, and you get exactly one superhero feature. That is a single 2-hour story backed by a sprawling studio infrastructure. Take that exact same $350 million to Mumbai, and the volume explodes. That identical investment funds an entire year of production, 1,800 unique stories, fully shot, edited, and released. Same capital, a 1,800 to 1 difference in volume. How did the Western business model drift so far away from the economic realities of the rest of the planet? Over the last decade, blockbuster budgets have swelled to rival the GDP of small nations. A massive portion of that is locked up in hyper-expensive hardware. Then you pay for the human capital. A single tentpole release now requires an army of around 5,000 visual effects artists working around the clock in global hubs like LA and London. Add to that a mandatory $50 million global marketing machine, built simply to ensure audiences actually show up on opening weekend. The ticket price does not buy a superior narrative. Viewers are effectively subsidizing a bloated, highly inefficient manufacturing supply chain. Halfway across the world, Mumbai operates on a different philosophy. Instead of sitting in post-production waiting months for CGI rendering, Indian filmmakers rely heavily on physical, hand-built sets. They prioritize rapid shooting schedules and practical momentum. This speed is what allows for an industrialized scale that Hollywood cannot touch, churning out those 1,800 films every single year. And these stories travel. They capture massive audiences across the Middle East, packing theaters in cities like Riyadh. They cross over into Western markets too, drawing regular crowds in places like London. Mumbai functions as a hyper-efficient industrial engine. By manufacturing culture at this scale, the Indian film industry secures a massive international footprint, serving billions of viewers across the global south and into major Western capitals. For decades, Hollywood maintained an excuse for its budgets. If you wanted mind-bending visual spectacle, you needed massive capital. We can see the fracture in that logic by looking at recent hits. A visually massive Indian epic like RRR delivers intense action for $70 million, while a comparable Marvel sequence demands well over $300 million to achieve its final look. Now, new technologies act as massive market equalizers. Virtual production and AI strip away the need for expensive locations or massive post-production teams. The financial impact is brutal for the old guard. Mumbai studios achieve photorealistic visual fidelity at a 70% discount. That 70% discount represents a catastrophic market crash for Hollywood. The financial moat built out of exclusive visual effects has dissolved. In 2026, capital has lost its status as the primary gatekeeper of visual quality. When anyone can build a stunning world on a digital wall, the only remaining competitive advantage is the emotional resonance of the script. I want to hear your take on this in the comments. When you buy a ticket today, what are you paying for? The logic of Hollywood spectacle or the emotion of Bollywood storytelling? The Global Pulse is currently at 78 subscribers, on our way to 1,000. If you want more realistic, numbers-driven deep dives into the film industry,